In this video, I will talk about the most successful strategies to grow revenues of an agency or service-based business. And while there is typically the belief that you just need to send a lot of messages or spend a lot of money on ads, well, you can do that, but that doesn't say anything about the efficiency. That just says something about the input you give to a system, right? The amount of phone calls or emails or LinkedIn connects you make is the input, or also the amount of money you spend on ads is the input into a system. But then the question is, how efficiently does the system transform a first contact into a lead, a qualified lead, and then a client? And before we dive deeper into funnels, I want to give an overview over other things that you can do to increase your revenues that are a lot easier. And the most important part, and you hear me saying that a lot in other videos because in fact it's so important, is that you have a compelling offer. You need to have kind of a irresistible offer, a no-brainer offer, call it however you want. The main thing is that you have something that people want and that they see only a very little risk to start working with you and trying out your service. If you want to learn more about the 3 productize offers framework and what this no-brainer offer is, there is a video specifically about that. So let's say you have a high-value offer, right? It sells a specific result. It sells for an affordable price where the price is lower, much lower than the potential value that your clients perceive, right? I explicitly say perceive because sometimes the value isn't measurable, right? If you say, hey, you can get this very fast, or you can get this without doing it yourself because I do all the work for you, it's hard to quantify this value. But often, fast results are very valuable for clients, right? Like as Alex Hormozi says, fast always trumps free. So fast is better than free. Okay, if you want to create a high-value service, make sure your clients get fast results. So now you have a high-value offer, maybe you have a guarantee with a consequence if you don't fulfill on this guarantee. For example, you work with a client for free until the promise was delivered, or they get their money back, or they get another month for free, whatever, right? So there are all kinds of consequences you can imagine. So now you have a specific result you deliver as a result that clients want. You have a guarantee, you have a compelling price that is lower than the value, and you know which type of people want this offer because they have a problem and want the solution that you provide with your offer, okay? So that's the psychology of why clients buy, and that's what your offer needs to fulfill. Now let's talk about how you get more people engaging with your offer, or in other words, more eyeballs on your offer so that they can decide if this is a good fit for them and if they want to buy it. One option is, if you already have a contact list, you have contacts on your phone or in your email inbox, right? Then these are target clients, or you have already a good amount of clients and you've developed a new service, just offer it, right? Just send out an email and offer this email, offer your new service, provide your new offer, talk about the benefits of your new offer, right? You don't need to go on a paid channel like Google, Instagram, Facebook, etc. You can also just leverage your existing channels of owned contacts, of owned media, like email or social media. And the easiest way to do that is having a sequence of 3 to 5 messages by email or by social media posts, where you just talk about the problem that gets solved by your offer, but don't talk about the offer, just talk about the problems and how there can be a solution on a high level from a bird's eye perspective. Then you talk about consequences that might happen if this problem is not being solved in the near future. Then the next post can be about the opportunity, about the solution people can get and how this opportunity solves the problem. Then you can talk about the mechanism, about the unique thing that you have put into your offer and how clients benefit from that, right? And when I say benefit, I mean how this solves the problems of your potential clients. Then you can, and that's a very important part, then you can showcase some client success stories, either in a video, you interview your clients, or you just put it in a text post. And that's very important. If you never ask your client why they started working with you, what they initially wanted from you, and which result they got from you, then I strongly recommend doing that, because that is, first of all, very important content for your social media and for your entire marketing. But also it is very important for you to develop a marketing message that you can prove with past client results. And proof is important because it creates trust. And trust is important, well, to do business with each other. So just recreating your offer, wrap it into a more compelling marketing message where you talk about problems and solutions, and then send this message to your existing contacts is my number one priority if I would make an extra 10 to 20,000 euro a month without spending money on ads. The next way to do it is, or to increase your revenues is, well, posting regularly, very regularly on YouTube, on Instagram, using Reels where people can discover you. In the same way, talk about problems, talk about case studies, talk about solutions, opportunities. And like every 5 or 10 posts, you can also talk about your offer and pitch it. Right? That gives you more exposure and more people will see you. But very important, always provide valuable content. Don't pitch all the time. Don't talk about yourself. Nobody cares. Talk about what your clients can expect, how they can solve specific problems. Okay, and if you run out of ideas about which problems and solutions you should talk about, always look at it like this. Whenever there is a problem, there are other sub-problems that contribute to the big problem. For example, if you don't have enough revenue, and that's the main problem you talk about, well, there are so many sub-problems. For example, you don't know what to sell, you have no strategy, you don't have a sales system, you don't know who your clients are, your website doesn't convert visitors into clients, etc. Okay, so there are many components. You can talk about each specific problem and about the solution that will position you as an expert. Other people will discover you and build trust with you. Okay, so posting regularly is the next one. And then my most favorite one, of course, is building paid ad funnels, because it's highly time leveraged. You just spend the money, but you don't spend your time. Of course, you can only do that when you have money that you can spend. And of course, you will spend it in a way that it's making you more money. But to get to this point, you first need to make sure that you invest enough to collect data and ongoingly optimize your message and your entire funnel, so it's that efficient as needed to make you a 3 to 10x profit on the money you spend on ads. Okay, so a paid ad funnel is my third priority. If you have enough money, like 10 to 20,000 euro revenue per month, I would go all in with paid ad funnels. And if you want to understand the most important success criteria to make lead generation work, there's also a video where I talk about specifically how to make lead generation work and how to make it profitable. Yeah, and these are the strategies to increase the revenues of an agency, with money, without money, with investing your time, and most importantly, by always providing valuable content so that your potential clients will see you as a solution provider, not just as like a service provider like everyone is or does trying to sell their services. So, cheers.